Hello, my friends, my family. We're back together again. And it's lovely to share with you at this time of the harvest. We're coming to the harvest, the time of Lughnasa, 31st of July, 1st and 2nd of August. And this is a celebration that would have been held throughout Ireland, the time when they gathered the first barley and the wheat, crushed it, making it fine enough to make into breads, and celebrating the vegetables, the fruits, and coming together as a people, coming together as communities. Great fires would be held all across this land, celebrations in song and in dance, and any hand fastings, people that chose to come together at the time of Beeltema. This was often the time when they would have the ritual of hand fasting, when they would choose to commit to each other, when they would take sacred oaths to each other. And this time for us now as a community, as not just a community in your family and where you live, but as part of the community of the earth as well. Whether you're in the southern hemisphere, moving in your winter time very, very slowly towards spring, and us here moving the end of summer towards the autumn, can we come together within ourselves, if not with those around us, to celebrate what we've been through, to celebrate perhaps certain aspects of ourselves that we've had to walk through, that we've had to work through. It's been very much a time of having to walk our own paths, whether we live on our own or in a family, in a relationship. It's also very much been a time when we've had to be with ourselves, when we've had to make choices for ourselves. All of that feeding into us to awaken ourselves to the awareness, to the realization that we actually do have choice. And we can and should be participating in creating our reality. And so when we come to the time of Lughnasa, it's time to celebrate, perhaps baking or buying gifts to leave on your neighbour's door at dawn. How exciting would that be for them to open their door and to find cookies or bread, whatever it is, apple juice perhaps, but what a lovely way to just connect in with those who live around you, whether you know them or not. The time of Lughnasa is held by the deity Tieltu. And Tieltu is a Firbolg goddess. She goes back before the Tuatha Danann, those known as the Shining Ones, the gods and the goddesses of this land. And Lu, the sun god, was given to her to take care of, and it said that she breastfed him. And he loved her so dearly that he started great games in her honor, in a place that is now called Telltown in honor of Tieltu. And so the Anuak Belchan games held in those places, those fairs, and who could run the fastest, who could jump the highest, who was the strongest, and they would celebrate this together. And again, that helps us to remember, can we celebrate in each other's lives? Can we celebrate what each other has gone through, grown through? Can we be happy for each other? Can we say, well done, or fair play to you, that's great? How important it is to assist each other in standing in who we are, in allowing people to be who they are, even sometimes when that hurts us, to see them for who they are, and to realize that sometimes we have such expectations, such projections, and we don't even become aware of it anymore. The sun here has been shining. We've been enjoying such beautiful weather. The sea has been still and holding for us, and the land has been crowded with people. And at the same time, we are recognizing and becoming more and more aware each day of how much she feeds us, how much she gives us, the bountifulness of her nature. And for you in the Southern Hemisphere, time of rest, the time of replenishing inwardly before the earth awakens again, for you to move towards your spring. So as we begin very slowly to close in and close down, the inner breath and the outer breath works together. And in the Southern Hemisphere, you're beginning to open up and open out. What a beautiful, beautiful balance we have in life, night and day, light and dark, the inner and the outer breath. We are one family. Let us remember that. It's been difficult. It's been full of challenges. And it's also been a huge learning curve for all of us. How can we take care of ourselves now? How can we move forward again into being part of the communities around us? Can we hold to our own entireties? Can we be willing to open to connecting and interconnect? Can we move from being dependent and independent to interdependency? But we need each other as we need the earth. As our awareness, our awakenedness for her grows, and her heartbeat becomes the pulse of our nature, knowing that we have to stand with her and for her. Can we open ourselves to each other too? Can we allow ourselves to step forward, strong and vulnerable, open and kind, and allow ourselves to connect, be interdependent, so together we are more than we are individually. And for those around us who we might feel are threatened by who we are, or throw back what we are looking to share, can we bless them? Not take it on, it's not ours. This is where they are. Let them be who they are and hold to our entirety. Hold to the presence of all that we have gone through, grown through, and are still growing through. We cannot judge another on their path. Sure, we can't even judge ourselves, and we should never judge ourselves. We should trust to the presence of our soul nature. That which keeps us moving, keeps us motivated. It can be hard sometimes to embrace the changes. And yet, if we listen with our heart and hear what is right for us, and when we step into that space of being, to be in self, then we become in alignment with the great presence of being that, like the images of the world tree, spreads out into the great weave of the earth. Let that be our living prayer. Let our choices, let our words our intentions be part of that living prayer. Many, many blessings to you all. Anocht Yeltu.